for pound, we the best around.
We designated spitters live every week. Designated homie cause we spit the heat. We designated spitters deep. Talking Yankee baseball, hip hop or the streets. We designated, we innovative. We designated spitters time, what you know. We designated, we innovative. We designated spitters, let's start the show.
Yeah, we designated spitters live every week. My man Rod Thompson is back in the house today. Here's the legendary one. What's good, fam? What's good? What's good? Come on, Rod. Give me more, baby. Give me more, baby. Rod, man. This is your second time on DS, man. Don't do it to me, man. This early? What we got? What we got? What we got, fam? Is it true? Michael. I love it, man. I love it. Once I was out, they pulled me back in. Oh, man. I tell you, fam. You know, it's crazy. Well, they're saying they can't hear you. Talk again, Ra? Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, it's not pulling from over there. All right, here's what we got to do. Let me see something. All right, guys, give me 1 second. All right, talk, Ra. Talk again. There we go. Now we should be able to hear you. All right, guys, we good? Let me know if we good before we move forward. I did a brand new setup today, so let me know if we good. Let's give it. I know it's a little delayed, so let's see what everybody says. You should be good now. I see it pulling up.
All right. We good?
We should be good, yeah.
All right.
So anyway, Rod, I mean, you guys just saw me laughing out of nothing. Rod did his great Is It True? Michael there, so we should be good to go now. There we are. We are good.
Yeah, we good.
So for whatever reason, guys, just so you guys know I'm absolutely crazy about being perfection. So
yep.
I'm already mad about that. So I might go on a little ranting today.
Hey, we can
rant. No, I actually have. I've worked on my setup today. I actually have a TV now instead of a monitor because I know game season live. I want to see games bigger and all that. So I had to redo a couple of things. But that's the reason why I was having some experience before we went live. But everything should be good now. I think you guys already said you could hear Raw and all that. So, yeah, we are good to roll, good to go.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Let's get right into it. Raw, fam, first I got to ask you, you got something big coming up for yourself. You prepared, you ready to rock and roll.
Yeah,
you the marathon man, fam.
So, chat, man, for the last year, I've been preparing for the New York City Marathon. You know, I got 10 miles tomorrow, so that's my last long run before I do 26.2. through the borough of my hood, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island. So I'm excited, man. I really don't have a goal in mind, but obviously I'm not trying to run for 5 hours.
Fam.
But I'm just going out there to enjoy the people, be part of the people, be part of the community. I think it's a great cause to just kind of run. It's good for your health and mentally. I think it makes you realize there's certain things that nothing's impossible. You can accomplish whatever you put your mind to it. So next Sunday, you're going to see your boy participating. I might see Aaron Judge because his wife is participating in the marathon. So
is she really?
No, I might see Aaron Judge at the finish line, man. So I'm excited.
Rod, I'm saying your volume's a little low, so I don't know if you could do something on your end to bring that baby up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
But yeah, say it again.
Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, it does sound a little bit low, but I don't know. I think we should be all right.
Okay.
We should be fine. I can hear you. Okay.
Guys,
you guys gotta listen a little better. That's all right? There's any spit. You gotta listen a little better today. That's it.
Oh well.
But no, I tell you what. If you guys wanted NyynewsTV to stop and you guys wanted game season lives to be done, just have me run that race right now, and I'll never come out of it. So there'll never be a way out for Pete. That'll be it. 20-something? Nah, fam. I might maybe get to 5. Get to 5.
A little more, 26.2, a little bit more than what Josh Donaldson is making for the Yankees right now, man.
Yeah, Donaldson needs to bump it up a little bit. All right, so let's get right into it, man. There's a couple of things I want to make sure we get into today. Of course, we know the World Series is going on now. We are going to touch on that a little bit. Matter of fact, you know what? let's touch on the World Series first. Rod, I don't know if you paid close attention to the first 2 games, but I've been covering both of those games. The game 1 may be one of the better World Series games that I've ever seen, and I'm not even baloneying about that. It's been a fantastic game. What do you think about it so far?
Hey man, JT Realmuto. I think about how the Yankees had an opportunity to acquire a catcher like him, and he's been tremendous, man. And you think about the importance of having a good catcher, just basically calling those games, and a guy that the starting pitching staff can trust, man. So he's what stands out to me. And again, it's important, man. You need that backstop, which is something that the Yankees don't have. I think Trevino was a great catcher, but he's not the guy. He's not the guy, So, he's a person that stood out for me, obviously in the first game.
Yeah, no, it's funny, and I got to shout out. I've, of course, got to shout out my guy, Felix of NYY News, who back in like early 2018, we were discussing trading Gary Sanchez for a guy like JT Realmuto and going out there and doing that. And, back then, there was a lot of people that were very much on the Gary hype train. Believe it or not, it's crazy because the Gary hype train even stood around when Gary was bad. The fans still love Gary Sanchez. They're like, no, you can't get rid of him. Can't do this. Got to stay with Gary. So, we were way on that back then. And I think there is a little significance here when it comes to this World Series and the New York Yankees. One being the Yankees always lose to Houston now. It's like the hurdle that we can't seem to get over is doing better against the Houston Astros. It's just something we can't do right now. The other thing is, of course, is for the players on the Phillies.
Yeah.
Your Rob Thompsons, your Bryce Harpers, who could have been a Yankee, or Kevin Long, your David Robertson. Those guys are kind of either the past for the Yankees and then also the guys we missed out on.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I'm rooting for the Phillies, and I don't have a dog in the fight, to be honest with you. I don't give a poot about the Astros.
Neither do I.
I don't give a poot about the Phillies. My whole thing for me is quite simply this. I like the certain guys to win. And that's being Rob Thompson, who, if you don't know much about Rob Thompson, the Yankees folks, he spent loads of time in the Yankees minor league system.
Yeah.
Loads of time in the minor league system waiting to get a chance.
Yeah.
He's finally got a chance, and look what he's doing. Joe Girardi, former manager, fired. Rob Thompson's like, all right, guys, hop on, let's go. And you can tell the one thing about the Phillies that is very different from a lot of other clubs and very different from our Yankees. This team's never out of the game. They're never out of it.
Do you look at how normal they made Justin Verlander look? He didn't look as superhero-ish.
Yeah.
Right? Against the Yankees.
No doubt.
Philly was like, man, who are you? Man, fuck you. And like, Justin who? They treated him like Justin Timberlake.
Facts. No, but no doubt about it. Yes, you're spot on. I mean, they are very much living up to the name of the Fighting Phils. They don't stop. They don't stop. Like even yesterday's game, I was telling people in the chat, I'm like, you know what? I feel like this one's probably over. I don't think they're going to do much here at this one.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Schwarber comes this close in the 8th inning to making it a 5-3 ball game.
Yep.
And he doesn't do it, but he comes after hitting a foul ball that the umpires first called a home run.
Yeah.
Then they took back, would have been a 5-3 game.
Yep.
Then the next pitch he sees, he flies out right on the wall. I'm talking about a foot from being a home run.
Yeah.
They just keep fighting and keep playing baseball. But I tell you what, again, going back to game 1 when you mentioned JT Realmuto, he was the hero of game 1. But the thing is, that game, honestly, is arguably one of the best World Series game 1s or games in general that I think we've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
Philly came back from 5-0, kept chipping away. They finally take the lead, and a great job by Rob Thompson of managing the bullpen.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Obviously, you need those players to be available. And, Rob, it's always telling you, you want to see how somebody responds when when somebody's in that position. A lot of times there's a lot of bench coaches that think they can manage, but it's not until you're in that position. And you look at the turnaround that the Phillies had after Joe Girardi was gone and Rob Thompson took over. It's a testament to him, to Rob Thompson, how he was able to get those guys to believe in one another and just grind, man. Because technically, you think about it, Philly wasn't supposed to be in it. If it was old playoff rules, they wouldn't have been in it.
No, definitely not.
They changed the format. It allowed them to kind of go in there and have that belief, like, hey, we're in it. And if anybody's in it, they have the chance to compete and win a World Series.
Yeah, I forgot Segura almost hit a 2-run home run too. If he pulled it a little more, it's no doubt about it, the 2-run home run. So, yeah. I mean, it's crazy that this team, that a lot of people probably counted out when they were, a lot of people probably sat back, glad a wild card team, they're probably not gonna,
yeah, exactly.
And the Phils are now in the World Series, but Rob Thompson, in my opinion, did make a little bit of a mistake yesterday. A lot of people in the chat were going, he had a Yankee moment, right? Mm-hmm. He sat down their young rookie shortstop, Bryson Stott, and then he also didn't play Marsh in center field. And I'm sitting there saying, I don't care about a lefty pitching. These two guys had really good at-bats in game one. Leave them out there. Yeah. And, right now, maybe he'll learn from that. Hopefully, tomorrow in Philly, those guys are out there. But I want to talk about the left side of the infield. Yeah. Because this is something that we're going to go into for the Yankees for 2023.
Do I have anything left in my in my tequila bottle? We want to talk about the left side of the infield. Oh,
no doubt. We're going to talk about his left side of the infield. And yesterday I said this. I said, man, I'm watching this game and I'm seeing Alec Baum at third base. And I'm seeing Bryson Stott at shortstop for the Phillies. And fam, the whole time I'm sitting there saying, well, the Phillies don't got to worry much about the future for where they are right now. They don't have to worry much about what it's going to look like for them. No. They know they're set up, and they're two really good players. Yeah. Baum has gotten much better defensively throughout the year. Yeah. And Stott, I think Stott has a chance to be one of the better shortstops in baseball overall.
And I think the fact that these two guys are getting reps, and that's the most important thing about it, man, is like when I think about the Yankees, and obviously I want to give Philly the platform, but again, I've never heard of those guys before, so it's the fact that those guys are just in there and they're playing every single day and they get a chance to adjust at the major league level, and you just never know what you have until you're playing every day. If you're in a situation where you have no choice but to utilize something, you utilize it to the best of your ability. It's like, all right, this is what I got on my tool belt. I got to use this.
Yeah.
So, you're only good as a carpenter's only as good as his tools, but at the end of the day, there's still plenty of carpenters out there that are very good that don't have nearly the quality of equipment that other average carpenters have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you look at what the Phillies have, man, and it's a testament to their player development.
No doubt.
Guys, developed at the next level.
Yeah, and I'm watching that yesterday, and I'm going, man, look at this. They why are they here? And I'm like, you know what? I kind of know why they're here. Yeah. They trusted in some of the young guys. They got pretty good pitching. They got guys set up in the bullpen of when they're going to pitch. Yep. They got that. The lineup has been pretty similar. Now, of course, I don't like that he moved some of the guys around. I would have stuck with your best guys because against Houston, you can't play around. Forget the lefty-lefty matchups and all that. You just got to put your best guys in there and not screw around at all.
Exactly.
And I'm watching them. I go, okay, what do they got? Okay, look. They got a really good catcher, arguably the best catcher in the game. You know what I mean? They're one of the best catchers in the game in JT Realmuto. Yep. They got a good up the middle. Gene Segura is a good second baseman. Yep. They got Stott at short. They got Baum at third base. Harper in the outfield. Schwarber there. They got their power, their contact, their speed. They got all that stuff. Yeah. Then I'm sitting back and I'm saying, what could be for the Yankees in 2023? Yeah. I'm saying, now, if we want to win, I'm assuming that people like Brian Cashman, Mike Fishman, these guys that we know are likely watching these games, right? That are paying attention to what the Yankees are doing or what Major League Baseball is doing. Maybe they're getting ideas. Yeah. Because I know for a fact, if I was in charge of anything with the Yankees and I'm watching the Phillies and the Astros, I'm sitting there saying, all right, well, I mean, left side of the infield got to be different next year.
Yeah.
Our infield as a whole got to be different next year.
Absolutely.
I mean, I look at these guys and I go, well, here's the cool thing is we got Peraza. We got Volpe.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cabrera. Hell, you got IKF.
Mm-hmm.
You got DJ LeMahieu.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm looking at all that stuff, now I got to sit back and go, well, who's the missing pieces?
Mm-hmm.
Who do we plug in to be like a team like the Phillies, like the Houston Astros? Who adds a new dynamic to our offense because it hasn't worked before?
Yeah. I think it's just going out there, and I mean the pieces are there. It's just the problem. The problem is that the Yankees are in a situation where you got to let people fail. You have to fail because all these guys that are doing well, they failed before in the major leagues, right? So the Yankees have to go out there and trust these guys and empower them. You know, I think part of it being a manager, even when I coach, basketball, and obviously it's different than baseball. But the idea and the philosophy is still the same. It's empowering your players, making them feel like, oh, you know what? I feel like I'm fucking Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm Superman.
Yeah.
And if you don't give that, if you don't inject that into them, and they constantly look over their shoulder, you're not gonna get the very best of any player that's looking over their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It happened to Florial. They did that to Florial. They basically neutered him. Yeah. They didn't say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna give you 300, 400 at bats. I'm going to give you what Joey Gallo had. I'm going to give you 162 games to see where you're at.
Yep.
They're always thinking about the next, and they do this all the time. The Yankees always have pre-scheduled rest days. Like, no, play them. Let them tell you when they're ready to rest. And they try to approach the game like that. They try to, and you can't do that with baseball. You can't. All right, let them go out there. Let these young prospects go out there and fail, because let them make adjustments. The good ones will make adjustments.
Facts.
And the ones that are not fit at that level, then they won't. And then whatever. If you wanted to use it, but the Yankees try to seem like, well, I want to try to use this person for trade bait just in case. You can't have it both ways. Yep. You can't bring somebody up, have them hope that they're going to bat 300 or 400 in a small sample size, and then possibly use that as a carrot. You can't do that.
Yeah. If you look at even Jeremy Pena struggled for a lot of the year. A lot of the beginning of the year he struggled, and Houston was just like, nah, he's our, we're riding. We got other guys. You know what I mean? And that's the thing I think the Yankees got to understand, is that you have other guys. You can't just sit there and go, well, if, let's say, for an example, Volpe and Peraza struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to ruin the club. No, it's not. You got the other guys. You got the other guys that should be making up for that. You got the guys that should be the run producers. These guys aren't going to bat 1 or 2 right now. Yeah. They're going to bat them in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you said before. Enough with we'll give you 40 at-bats. Come up here and do something. Nah, man, just give it to them. And I'm not saying hand the position to them, but let them compete in spring and say, you know what? If you did it, we're going to let you go. Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing the Yankees can't do. I don't give a poot if they can't trade Donaldson.
Yeah.
He better not be the starting third baseman next year.
Yeah.
I don't care if they sit back and go, damn, you know what? Man, $25 million. I got to put him somewhere, don't we? No, you don't. You have no reason to say we must play Josh Donaldson. Now, I know business-wise, I'm going to be giving a cat $25 million. He better do something for us. But at that point, winning has to happen first.
Yeah.
You got to be serious about winning first.
Yeah.
And you got to sit back and look at your club and go, if Rizzo's back at first base, if DJ LeMahieu's healthy, and we know he has no aches and pains, and he is healthy, you probably pencil him in at third or second base.
Yeah.
And then you think about, if we really want to win and we believe in winning with these guys, then Volpe and Peraza should just be here.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear the stuff about, Volpe's got to wait till May. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm sick of it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I just think that there has to be circumstantial changes as far as you got to make sure you have winning players. Like I think of Bader. Bader is just an absolute freaking winner who gets it. You need him on the team. I don't as much as Glaber has turned the corner, I still don't feel like he has a fit for the Yankees. I feel like they need to go out and trade him and either put DJ LeMahieu at second, let him just stay there at second, or put him at third. I honestly don't think I don't think Peraza and Volpe are on the team next year. I think one of them's getting traded.
That's my concern. I talked about this the other day. What the Yankees would end up, what I could see Cashman end up doing, continuing to hold on to Glaber, and he trades Peraza.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna wait. You know what the left side of the infield's gonna be? JD and IKF.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the same thing. Volpe should be ready by mid-year. You won't see Volpe to July or August. He'll take over shortstop. IKF probably moves to third, and that's your infield. And at the end of the day, it makes no sense because the Yankees aren't going to keep Torres.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep him.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep him. So, hopefully it's not more the same because I'm watching these guys play. I'm seeing how good Bregman is at third base, seeing how good Pena is at short, Altuve at second. Gurriel's a good first baseman. Then I look around, you got Rhys Hoskins is not a good first baseman. But Segura's good at second. The left side of the infield of the Phillies, I'm in love with.
Mm-hmm.
I trade him for our left side tomorrow and add more to it.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching these guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there watching, I'm saying, man, oh man, how stupid are the New York Yankees? How stupid is this team? It's right there for them. Whenever they want, they can say, well, we can have a very athletic, young left side of our infield.
Yeah.
Or they could do what Pete would do if he's GM. Lock up that bad boy, Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
And say, third base is yours, my friend. Third base is yours.
Yeah, I just don't think they're thinking outside the box with the Yankees, and I don't want to hear.
It's ego, man.
They can talk about the GM, Brian Cashman could talk about, because the right questions from the reporters are not being asked.
Never.
They're never being asked the right questions. So the question is, about the payroll, and then it's almost like a alley-oop for Brian Cashman to say, well, we spent $262 million, and we have one of the highest payrolls, so it's not the idea of spending money. But, we have to talk about how that money's being allocated. Is it being allocated correctly? That's the question that they need to ask Brian Cashman at the press conference. How the money's being allocated.
Well, what all the press is doing right now is blaming me and you.
Yeah.
Us as in fans in general. They're blaming the fans. They're doing exactly what I told everybody the Yankee propaganda machine does.
Yeah.
Because now the blame is and I'm telling you, if Aaron Judge leaves, they'll say it was Judge's decision, and there'll be rumors out there saying it was because of the fan treatment. Mm-hmm. That was one of the big reasons why.
Yeah.
And that's the narrative now. Everybody's going with it. I think Klappich just did one on it. Martino's been all over it. And that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be the narrative that, it wasn't us. It was the fans. The fans made him feel this way, and these guys didn't like it. They didn't like the way Hicks was treated. This guy, it's gonna happen. Yeah. Just buckle up for it because it's already happening.
And chat, I want to ask you guys a question. At the end of the day, if you were Aaron Judge, looking at the scope from a 20,000 foot view of the Yankees, would you stay? Because I'm already preparing for myself for if Aaron Judge leaves. Because if I'm Aaron Judge, and I see exactly how they're, the type of players that they bring in, why would, if it's not setting me up to win a championship, why would I stay? So yeah, I'm actually preparing myself. I think it's like kind of 60-40. He leaves. If he stays, I'm not going to be shocked, but I'll be like, wow, he actually stayed. Like, he wanted to be a Yankee, but I'm not going to be shocked if he leaves, man. Because I just feel like right now the Yankees don't have any direction. They move halfway in, with their foot halfway. They never just go for it. Last time they went for it was in 2009.
And they won. Well, that's the crazy thing is, I hear a lot of people, oh, they got to tear it down, tear this down, tear it. You don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They got the pieces.
Yeah.
The problem is what I've been saying for a minute now. They need a GM that is creative.
Yeah.
They need a general manager that comes in and goes, guys, why are we fighting about this? Looking at payroll. Mm-hmm. A lot of the talent that we have, if we really want to win, unfortunately, we're going to have to tie in some of these guys to another move.
Yeah.
We're going to have to tie some of these guys into a potential trade.
Yeah.
So, hey, if I love Everson Pieta, I love him. But if he has to go in a deal to move JD, you might have to consider it. You just might have to.
Yeah.
If a team goes, hey, look, give us him and $6 million and we'll eat the 19 and take him.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
You might have to do it.
Yeah.
To really consider winning, you might have to do stuff like that. But here's the problem. I don't see Brian Cashman being that guy. Brian Cashman will never sit back and go, hey, Yankee fans, I raised my hand. I was wrong about Hicks. I was wrong about the JD and the IKF trade. We're going to make it right this year. I would give him every opportunity if he came out and said, hey, look, some of the moves that I made, they didn't work out. I would be like, we'll fix them. And you know what? Good for you. Good for you for just coming out and going, look, guys, I think I was some of the problem this year. The roster really wasn't built to win.
And I think that Brian Cash was not going to publicly say he made a mistake because he doesn't want to diminish the value of players publicly, being that he might have to trade them.
Right.
He doesn't want to ruin their representation. I don't know if there's some type of legal thing that you can't, defame, defamation.
Right.
Because of that, because you don't want to say that, you don't, because the person that his client or whoever who's representing Dallas Donaldson might have other players that he might be representing that you might need. You don't want to just bash somebody openly like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, he does have to get creative and he does have to just stop trying to be smart, man. I say it all the time, the Yankees, and I said it, shout out to NYYST. They stop being the Yankees. Who are the Yankees? The Yankees go out, they get the best talent, man, and you live with it.
Yep.
You live you live with it.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's why I literally said the other day when I was making that video, I said, I'm wearing all black. I'm at the Yankee funeral because this is not the same team I remember. Because the same team, and I know people hate it, but if George was alive, Carlos Correa would have been a Yankee. Harper would have been a Yankee. And here's the thing that people got to remember. You can move a guy like Gleyber Torres and save the $10, $11 million that you're going to pay him this year.
Yeah.
Volpe and Peraza don't get paid a lot.
Yeah.
Cabrera don't get paid a lot. Those are three guys in your roster potentially.
Yeah.
Those are three guys that make up a spot that are not going to get a lot of money.
Yeah.
So if you allocate those funds to, let's just say, Judge and Correa, maybe they get Benintendi too. Mm-hmm. Again, and people are going to say, that's way too much money. Hold on a second. Listen. What do they got coming off the books without trades? They got like 40-something million?
Yeah, 42.
It's like $42 million coming off of just pending free agents, right? So a lot of that money is going to go to Aaron Judge. We know that already. Mm-hmm. But if you can move JD, let's just say they save half of his money, $12.5 million. If you could save $4 million a year from Aaron Hicks, that's already $16.5 million. If you can move, let's say the $2 million going to Higashioka.
Yeah.
Okay, that's $18.5 million. Now you move Gleyber Torres. That's $10 million. That's $28.5 million right there. Some wiggle room around, other things that happen. Of course, you never really know what the number is.
Yeah.
But you could add Carlos Correa with that. You could add Benintendi with that. So without worrying about, oh my God, where the salary's getting out of hand, but you got the youth to cover the rest of that. You just got to say they're going to play. It's that simple.
Yeah.
They're going to play.
If you're looking at it, let's just say 4 players, 5 players are the majority of a $260 million payroll where you have 5 or 4 guys making 30. You still have the young players that's making it up. So
yeah,
you're spending $260 either way.
100%. and that well, again, this again goes back to one of the things that fans across the board have been saying about somebody like Brian Cashman is it's quite simple. You constructed a roster with $260+ million, and look at where that money's going. It's a terrible job. No matter how you look at it, it is a horrid job. And he did that.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is, again, be very creative.
Yeah.
And it could happen. The Red Sox did it with Carl Crawford, with Adrian Gonzalez. They shed a ton of money.
Yeah, they moved that quickly. Yeah, the
A
Red Sox
boatload of money.
Yeah.
What did they sign him for, like 2 years only, and then they moved it?
Yeah.
They moved the whole contract. They loaded these guys up to giant deals, and then they just moved it.
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff can happen.
I don't think Crawford had a cup of coffee with Boston, did he?
No, he didn't. He barely played. I mean, I think he got injured or something, and then they were like, all right, time to move him. And Adrian Gonzalez, the same thing. I was like, when they got him originally, I was like, shit, he's going to be a beast.
And I remember I hated it. I'm not that I hate the deal. I was like, oh my God, the Red Sox are going for it. They got Adrian Gonzalez. They got Carl Crawford. I thought it was
Adrian Gonzalez really worried because I'm like, that man's going to eat that wall up in left field. He's going to bat like 360 over there. And never really turned out. But of course, a really good career overall for him. But
Yankees are very good at bullpen. I would focus on constructing my bullpen from in-house.
Of course.
Don't pay anybody any big-time closer because Edwin Diaz, I know that's the talk. He could come
not for me.
5 ERA next year. Like, you don't want to be giving him that much money because bullpen arms are just too volatile. So
yeah, no, he's. I've heard that from a few people. I think John Heyman was like, I go all after him, and there's no point.
No.
We've been there and done that. Look, you got Ron Marinaccio, you got Michael King coming back. We already seen what Lou Trevino got. Yeah. Clark Schmidt is still there. Whatever role they're gonna give him, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But you got what's my guy? Oh my God, I cannot forget his name. Big hard thrower that was hurt all year. Steven Ridings.
Yeah,
You got Steven Ridings coming back. The Yankees got Luis Heel, who a lot of people believe could be a bullpen guy. Davey Garcia looked a lot better when he towards the end of the year. Maybe he's just a bullpen guy. But here's the thing, that might not sound too sexy. But again, Brian Cash has done a good job of making the smaller trades for good bullpen arms.
Mm-hmm. You
got your Miguel Cruz, your Wandy Peraltas. Yeah. You got enough guys in that bullpen to say, we can make this work. And here's the other thing. Give the guys a set damn role. Let them have an idea of when you're going to be pitching in games. That's another thing that I tell you what I love about a guy like Dusty Baker. You know what the lineup is. Look at him. Look how he's managed. You can look at the Astros and go, shit, man. If we don't start hitting into six, it's going to be Abreu, Montero, and then Presley.
Yeah.
If they get everything they want, it's going to be Abreu, Montero, Presley.
Yeah.
Or Hector Neris is somewhere in there too.
Yeah.
You know who you're facing. The Yankees are like, today we'll throw out Clark Schmidt. Everybody's like, what? Even the players at the end, where was the closer? He died? Was you available? Yeah, I was available. Why did Boo not use you? Might ask him. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a problem overall, and it's a major issue. It is a major issue. And hopefully at some point these Yankees figure out a way to get over it and start making logical moves because they just don't do that. They don't do the logical moves.
Yeah, I mean, the only logical move that they really made that we were shocked by, but was the captain obvious, was the Benintendi.
Benintendi, yep.
That was like, wow, they got him? They
actually did the right move.
They made the right move?
But then they batted him sixth most of the time. The Yankees could screw up the most obvious thing in the world. You get Benintendi, everybody's like, oh, man, we got a leadoff hitter finally, let's go. Why he batted sixth for? Why is he batting sixth and Rizzo's leading off? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Why is DJ up there and Benny's not there protecting him or there with him? What is this team thinking?
I think Yankee fans would have been okay if the Yankees, obviously, I think Yankee fans, the majority of Yankee fans like the Benintendi trade. I think they like the Scott Efros trade. I think
who's going to be out for the year?
We wouldn't have been happy about the way the season ended. We probably would have put more onus on a little bit more Boone. But if you had Castillo, you would have been like, look, what's set up? We got a 1-2, coming back next year. We got Sevy behind him. So.
And I mean, and you look at the way they pitched. People is all Castillo got I think I heard it from somebody recently talking about Castillo got rocked against Houston.
Yeah.
I think he gave up 3 runs in 7 innings.
Yeah. He wasn't. Yeah.
Nah, he didn't get rocked. I think he gave up a 2-run home run or something that really hurt him, or a 3-run shot. I forgot what it was, but
Yeah. The Castillo could pitch, man, and that's the thing too. Like the Yankees missed out on. Now Seattle locked him up. He ain't going nowhere now.
cheap too.
Yeah. You know,
Cheap
it's
too.
fun.
We got Frankie Montas though.
Yeah.
We got Frank Montas. So that's where it is with that. And, you know, the last thing I want to finish up on today,
Yeah.
and as a quick reminder too, guys, remember the NYYST podcast will be live prime time tonight, 8:30. Those guys are killing it. They're doing amazing. And they got one of their favorite shows that they do, Keep 'em or Dump 'em. And today's going to be focused on
NYST
Judge.
today?
NYYST's tonight,
Nice,
yes.
nice. Those are my guys.
not-
Shout
well-
out to Christian and Chris and Chris JR.
Yeah, I had to move him. I had to move them to Sunday night tonight because tomorrow's the World Series and I'm gonna be covering those.
Nice.
So they got an 8:30 slot tonight. They're gonna be doing that Keep 'em Dump 'em. It's gonna focus on 3 people today. We're gonna get to the last guy that we're gonna talk about.
Oh, man.
Boone Cashman and of course Aaron James Judge is gonna be the big one we're discussing about now. And here we go. I mean, this is it. Aaron Judge is set to be a free agent. And I'll tell you guys this right now. I do not expect Aaron Judge to sign with the Yankees 5 days after the World Series when they got exclusive rights.
No.
Aaron Judge is going to wait to see what his value is. If you don't think that,
As he should.
if you don't think that, and you think that Aaron Judge is putting any favoritism towards the Yankees, guys, let me tell you something right now. Throw that thought process out the window. Throw it out the window. Aaron Judge is not giving the Yankees any leeway here.
Nope.
He said it that he was like, I mean, we tried to lock it up in spring, and, you know, it didn't work. So, you know, everybody knows how I feel about wanting to be here.
Yeah.
What Aaron Judge is saying right there, that was the Yankees' chance to lock me up long term. Now they'll have to compete with everybody else.
Yeah.
And as Kevin Kernan said, Kevin Kernan, my interview way back, I got to get Kevin Kernan back on for an interview.
Oh yeah. Nah, Kevin's awesome, man.
But way back then, Kevin Kernan said he went up to Aaron Judge directly, and he looked at him, he was like, hey, man, if I were you, I'd go to San Francisco tomorrow. Like that, he told him. And he said Judge just winked at him and just, you know, gave a little smirk and walked away. But the Giants are all in. If anybody is thinking the Giants aren't going to offer more money than the Yankees, I got to tell you, as of right now, I'm leaning towards the Giants offering a lot more money than the Yankees. I'm talking about more years and probably more AAV.
Yeah.
I believe that. And they're already talking about, we'll bring Rizzo with them. So, Bay Area might get hot this year, fam. What are your overall thoughts on Aaron Judge?
I think it's gonna come down to this, right? So obviously, as you alluded to, Aaron Judge has always stated emphatically that, you know, this is where he wants to play, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, we all know that he didn't like the numbers being leaked at the beginning of the year from Brian Cashman.
You know he didn't like the press conference.
Yeah, absolutely.
At all.
Extremely uncomfortable a situation to be in, but he has to look at, my feeling is, he has to look at it like this. He has to look at it and say, one, where am I going to win? Does playing in front of New York fans, do you value that? Is there any value in that anymore? Because mystique and aura left the building. This ain't the same. This ain't the ghost from Jeter's era as far as, playing in that stadium. And I think that Aaron Judge also has to figure out exactly, I'm closer to my family, but do I want to be part of a rebuilding process?
Right.
So San Francisco, I'm part of a rebuilding process, and I almost, it's weird because I almost get the Garrett Cole. I get like the Garrett Cole feeling from Judge. How Garrett Cole always wanted to be a Yankee. I feel like maybe Aaron Judge always kind of wanted to play for San Francisco, man. Like, he loves playing for the Yankees, but maybe that might where his heart be. His heart will be. You
never know.
Yeah, he loves playing with I just lost my camera. Sorry. But I get that feeling that he might I think he, I get the Garrett Cole thing. I don't know if it's just me. Chat,
No,
I get
it might be right.
Garrett Cole feeling. Hold on,
but
ice cream. Yeah.
But I tell you what, man, if he goes over there and let's say for an example, all the Giants do, and it's a lot, but they got the money. So anybody thinking the Giants can't add, a load to that payroll, they can very easily. Let's say for an example, they say, hey, look, Aaron, we want to bring in Anthony Rizzo with you. We want to bring you in, and we're going to lock up Carlos Rodon long time. You got Rodon and Webb at the top of that rotation. Who knows? Maybe this team goes ahead, and Diaz is out there too. We're going to make every effort to add a shit ton of money this year to bring you in as the man. So don't worry about winning. We'll have every opportunity to compete immediately. Yeah. We're giving you that commitment. I mean, can he say the same? I mean, I don't want to say can he say the same thing about the Yankees, but at the end of the day, you don't think the players sit back and go, we probably should have got Luis Castillo? You don't think the players are seeing JD playing every day and go, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
You don't think players talk the way we do?
Yeah.
You think that, we're teammates and, we're going to, to the media, they're going to say that. But in reality, that when JD is taking strike, going, this fucking guy again.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to this guy? I would put every dollar I got, folks.
This is me on the phone with Pete, like, yo, Pete, I don't know. You see what he did today? Like,
yeah.
The Yankees,
That's the Yankees. They're doing the same thing. They're doing the same. I mean, this guy's still playing. I mean, do we really want to win?
Yeah.
Aaron Boone is out there showing off videos of the mental coach of 04. They thought this was a good, there's something wrong here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
There's something wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know, man. But if Aaron Judge comes back, the Yankees are going to have to knock his socks off. One, it's going to have to be greater than Garrett Cole's, $36 million a year?
He's got to have to be that captain.
Got to have the C. And how much does that mean to Judge? Does he care?
Yeah.
That's the crazy. You don't know. We don't know any of that.
Because of the history, it's the same, but it's not the same. But again, at the end of the day, it's like New York is different, though. That's why New York is New York, And I think that's why if he does decide to leave, he'll come back playing with the San Francisco Giants in the Yankees' first game, and he'll walk in that stadium and be like, yeah, damn.
I forgot about that. Oh, man, that would be fantastic. Oh, my God, I forgot about that. Rodon on the mound, Judge in right field, Rizzo at first. Come on. Can you imagine that shit?
Oh, man.
In the orange and gold coming out there like, what's good, fam? Remember me?
Yeah, I just think it just comes down to what he wants, and I think if the Yankees are close, I'm not saying that he wouldn't go for the most money.
Yeah, I
think if the Yankees are close in number, I think he'd stay with the Yankees.
Well, Rob, maybe it's like, I do feel the same way too. My concern is that the Giants may offer much more than what the Yankees offer.
Yeah,
potentially.
The Yankees already know that. I mean, there should be propaganda telling them like, y'all better come correct. They just need to come close. They don't have to outbid. I don't feel like
I don't think they have to either.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too that you said earlier that could really be true. You never know. Is that we don't know. Maybe Aaron Judge has always wanted to be a Giant.
Exactly. And that's why in my heart I feel like I kind of have like that Garrett Cole thing. Like I remember his wife posted he always wanted to be a Yankee. You know what I'm saying? He always wanted to. It was his dream to be a Yankee. So I think in Garrett Cole's mind, he was always going to be a Yankee. He just needed to make sure that the numbers were good. So,
You're right. That's a good point, man. Like, and that's what I was saying earlier too. Is that you really do never know, right? You never know in reality. Aaron Judge's wife, a lot of people say, well, they're both California people.
Yeah.
So you never know. I mean, they could be sitting there going, hey, look, if we go out there and, the thing is, it ain't like you don't have a team that is interested in you.
Yeah.
It ain't like you're going to have to sit back and go,
yeah.
I mean, they're probably going to give me less, but I could go there if we really want to. Mm-hmm. I mean, you might be sitting there going, hey, you got every excuse to go. Well, what is it?
Yeah.
They gave you more money.
Yeah.
Why did you leave? I thought the Yankees offer was short compared to them.
Yeah.
That's the reason I went. I wanted her. at that point, you could even bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, the Yankees originally, they were my first choice. But they didn't come to the number that I was comfortable with. The Giants exceeded it.
And the Yankees could have freaking this is why the Yankees. This is why I'm not feeling bad for the Yankees. They had an opportunity to take the $70 million that they gave Hicks, and I'm not saying they could have extended Judge for 10 years, $70 million, but they could have gave him a 7-year, 200 and whatever. They could have gave him that same exact deal after 2017, and I have to deal with this right now.
When did they put the Judge in chambers? Does anybody know? What year?
It wasn't 2018. It was 2017. I think it was 2017.
After his rookie year, they put it?
No, before, like during. I almost positive like during the rookie year they did it.
If anybody in the comments there knows, because here's my easy point on this one. We've seen guys have really good years and then get locked in long term with their club. And when you look at the contracts now, LI says it was 2017.
Yeah, they did it his rookie year.
2017 says blue gold, so it seems like it was 2017. The minute that happened and you decided that, Aaron Judge should have been locked into a 7, 8, 9-year contract with the New York Yankees. That's simple.
It could have been 8 years, $20 million. It could have been $20 million.
Well, here's the crazy thing, Rob. Well, people are nuts. It wouldn't have been $40 million. It wouldn't have been $30 million a year. It would have been $25 million a year at that point. You probably could have locked him in at like 16, 17 million a pop. Maybe what they would have done is what they did with Severino, is that it grows as the year goes. So they could have said, well, as contracts go up, yours will go up too. So by the last 4 years, you're making $21 million a season. Mm-hmm. Or $19 million a season. If anybody thinks, oh, there's no way. Yes, there is. The Braves are doing it right now. And contracts are way higher now.
They could have did 8 years times 22 for 176. They could have locked
him
up for 8 years, 176.
And Rob, he would have done cartwheels to that number.
He would have signed it.
Oh, easy. They wouldn't even thought about it twice. His agent would have said, you're a big kid. You could break something tomorrow and be done with baseball. Yeah. Signed his deal.
Yeah.
You cannot pass up on this.
He had the surgery.
Yes.
He had the surgery after the 2017 season.
Yes. Correct.
So, and I'm an agent, I don't know, like, $22 million a year for 8 years for the Yankees. So it's 2017. So his deal would have been up 8 years. So 2025.
Yeah.
So you would have at least him for 3 more years until he's
mid-30s, and even then he could probably get a good deal for 3 or 4 years. But here's my thing. So if I'm his agent,
in the bag, man.
Bro, if I'm his agent, I'm sitting there looking at him saying, hey, look, Aaron. Also, too, there's not many big men that last in this game.
Yeah.
You got to look at yourself and your family.
Yeah.
This team is offering you something on a silver platter here. Take it.
Yeah.
So, again, you're right. I can't feel sorry for the Yankees.
No.
I can't feel sorry for them. I'm not gonna feel sorry for them.
You could have locked them up. Now you're about to pay an 8-year deal or 9-year deal worth 30, 40 million, like 38, 39. I think it's gonna be like an 8-year. It's gonna be like 320, 330. It's gonna be around that. Yeah. You know. And so now they gotta pay more.
Yeah, of course, and that's the problem again. And this is as true as anybody could say it is. At points in your life when you're doing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, I'm a big believer in that you wear out your welcome. Mm-hmm. And it may not even be that you're a bad person or you're a bad manager. Joe Torre wore out his welcome.
Yeah.
It was obvious. Nothing against Joe Torre, but it was obvious we had to make a change.
Yeah.
Brian Cashman's still here.
Yeah.
He's been there since then. Brian Cashman has never, folks, listen to me now. You could pinpoint how many good young Yankee players he would refuse to sign long-term until they're a free agent. Baseball doesn't work like that no more.
Yeah.
Now your big asset is your young player. Julio Rodriguez? Kids on the Braves?
Yeah, locked them up.
What's the cat on the Braves? The big third baseman. Guy kid's phenomenal.
Yeah.
They locked him up long term. He's barely getting money. I mean, this is my thing with a guy like Cashman is you need somebody that understands this already. Let's just say Peraza and Volpe come up this year. Let's say Volpe it's 265, 20 home runs, 25 stolen bags. He bats 265, on base percentage 331. That's not a guy you're sitting back there going, I mean, shit. Maybe you give him another year, but if he has that same year, is that the guy we expected? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But you'd probably lock that up. If Peraza hits 275, 20 homers, 15 homers, Gold Glove defense, steals bases, runs, you got to consider locking that up.
And you got to take that risk. I think the Yankees, far too often, they try to get people on the cheap. And they
don't have to. They're the Yankees.
And they try to control players. They try to control good talent. You know, so they want a guy that's batting 330, 30 home runs, 130 RBIs, but they only want to pay him like $300,000 a year up until whenever he's maximized his prime years, and then they want to let him go.
Yep.
You can't do that.
No, not at all. Not at all. So,
but that's what the Yankees. That's where they think they're being smart at.
Yep. That's exactly what they do. That's 100% what they do all the time. And they did it with Posada back in the day. Casual, I don't like to sign guys. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that philosophy, all that stuff, it's obvious, man, that all this stuff needs to change.
You got to adjust your philosophy. You got to stop being late to the party. Like the
exactly.
Yankees always seem like
exactly.
they're late to the fucking party. Like,
you're
just now getting here.
Yep.
The Tampa Bay and Houston, like, we've been doing analytics. Y'all starting to talk about
Houston locked up Jordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
I mean, they locked up their guys. I mean, so, no, L.I. The Yankees should not be locking up Estevan Florial long term. No, he hasn't done anything. I'm a bigger Florial fan than probably everybody in here. You don't lock up Florial long term.
I think there was a moment where the Yankees could have capitalized on Florial, just kind of let him out there.
No doubt. They just utilize him wrong. And Florial, again, could be a good fourth outfielder for him right now. I mean, but we'll see again how they utilize it and what they want to do. But, yeah, I mean, that wraps up what we wanted to discuss. Like I told you guys a little earlier, remember that NYYST will be live at 8:30, so make sure you tune into that. I'll be in the chat, of course, with you guys, having good conversations. Still working on my new setup here. We just encountered a problem, so I got to fix this issue, and hopefully I can do that. But, Ra, any last words for everybody?
Nah, man. I appreciate you having me on. I think it was Eric that asked me in the chat. He said, "Is that Ra next to me?" So the blurred up backline, yeah, that's me right there. That's a plaque against Marquette when we beat Marquette when I was in college. So that's like a big plaque of me with my hands up like this. So that's what you see in the backline.
The man right there. Rod a man, fam. Let me tell you right now. Rod a man. If anybody want to go 2 for 2 in basketball, just know that Rod's my partner, all right? I don't know what I'm doing out there, but I know Rod's on my team, fam, okay?
Let's go.
So let's go. 2 for 2. Anybody out there, you want some? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's just get it. Any day of the week, baby. I'm ready to roll. So as you guys already know, we'll never come whack on a designated Spittaz track. You already know it, fam. You already know it, fam. So until next time, guys, by the way, real quick, stay for the whole outro. I got a new outro out. I think you guys are really going to like it. Stay to the end. I think it's pretty damn cool. But with that being said, guys, I'm out. Rob, thank you again for being on today. And until next time, guys, we are out. Adios. I want to write today.